Force, work and energy. Let's explore. Prathul. Hello friends, I am Prathul and I study in class 3. I went with my father for shopping yesterday. We went to a ready-made garments showroom. The doors were closed and I saw 2 words on the door, push and pull. I asked my father why these words were written on different doors as we could use either of the doors. My father explained this practically. He asked me to pull the door with the push and asked me to push the door with the pull. It became difficult for me to push and pull. Then my father asked me to push the door, push, and pull the door, pull. Surprisingly, it became easier for me to do so. It was an interesting experience and I tried to find the science involved in this. A force is a push or pull upon an object resulting from the object's interaction with another object. Whenever there is an interaction between 2 objects, there is a force upon each of the object. What can a force do? Force can change the state of motion. Prathul. When we kick a ball lying on the ground, we apply force to make it move. The same we do to move a chair or pull out a book from our bag or shelf or lift something from the floor. Here we are moving something at rest by applying force. So we can say that a body at rest starts moving only when a force is applied to it. Similarly, a body in motion will stop when we apply force to it. Force can stop a moving object. Force changes speed. When your friend is on a swing and you give it a push in the direction in which it is moving, it moves faster. If we pull the swing back, it either moves slower or comes to rest. Here, we are applying a force to change the speed of the moving object. In this case, the swing. When we are making a moving body move faster or slower, or bringing it to rest, we are changing its speed. We can say that a force is required to change the speed of a moving body. Force changes direction of motion. Prathul. While playing cricket, when the batsman hits the ball with the bat, he applies force to change the direction of motion of the ball. Similarly, when you try to smash the shuttlecock, you are changing the direction of motion of the cock. Force changes shape and size. When we crumple up a piece of paper, squeeze a bit of sponge, fold clothes, or stretch a rubber band, we apply force to change the shape and size of the object. Let us see the types of forces. There are different types of forces. Let us discuss the following forces. Gravitational force or gravity. Frictional force or friction. Magnetic force. Electrostatic force. Gravitational force. Prathul. We know that everything or near the earth is attracted towards it. A ball thrown up comes down. This happens only because of the force of attraction between the ball and the earth. The earth pulls every object towards it. This force is called the gravitational force. In fact, every 2 objects in this universe attract each other. Gravity holds everything on the earth. Plants, animals, buildings, water and air, all are held by gravity. We stand on the ground due to gravity. This force was first discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. Friction or frictional force.
Friction is the resistance between 2 surfaces that are in contact with each other.
The smoother the surface, the lesser is the frictional force. There is friction between a car tire and the road with which it is in contact. A book on the table. The force of friction is opposite the direction of motion. Direction of motion. Prathul. The amount of friction depends on the materials from which the 2 surfaces are made. The rougher the surface, the more friction is produced. For example, you would have to push a book harder to get it moving on a carpet than you would on a wooden floor. This is because there is more friction between the carpet and the book than slipping on banana peel due to less friction. Walking is possible because of friction. Vehicles would skid if there is no friction between the tires and the road. When the driver applies brakes, the brakes shoe rub against a rough surface behind the wheels. This produces friction that slows down the vehicle. Magnetic force. Prathul, have you noticed objects made of iron being attracted by a magnet? The force with which a magnet attracts things is called magnetic force. Here, the things are not in contact with the magnet. This force acts from a distance. We use magnets in cranes to lift heavy objects made of iron and steel. Magnet attracting nails. A magnetic crane in action. Electrostatic force. Prathul, have you ever observed when we run our comb through our hair a few times and then hold the comb, the force which acts on the pieces of paper is called electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Work. In our daily life, we refer to some activities as actions. Such actions may refer to work. When we read a book for a long time, we feel tired and say that we have done work. When we hold a heavy book in our hands, we get tired and say that we have done some work. But actually, we have not done any work. We say some work is done only when a force is able to move an object from one place to another. Example, when we try to move a bag from one place to another place, we say that some work is done. It is because the force applied by you has moved the bag. Energy. We can't do any work or apply force without energy. Energy is the ability to do work. Heat energy. We use heat energy to cook food and to generate electricity. Light energy. It enables us to see objects around us. Plants use the light energy of the sun to make their food. Electrical energy. We use this energy to light the electric bulbs, to run household appliances such as refrigerators, fans and computers. Sound energy. Sound is provided when an object vibrates. This vibrating object produces sound in air. It travels in air and reaches our ear. Atomic energy. An atom is the smallest particle in nature. When an atom breaks down, it gives out energy called atomic energy. This energy is used to produce electricity. Heat energy, light energy, electrical energy, sound energy.